Salam Waisala speaking. One of you guys let me know if I'm clear, louder than the music. Last video I asked you guys that. Music was a little louder than I was, I said these damn dweebs, I should put my hands on them, but I'm gonna give them another little break. Now, somebody please let me know if I'm clear. I'd sure appreciate that. And I feel like Malcolm before they smoke. I'm sorry, I know I had a little fun. Look like Malcolm X, right? When he was walking down the street floating. Well, we talking about Denzel Washington in the movie, not the real Malcolm, but he was floating down the street with his scully on right before they smoked him. Kind of giving those vibes, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, That's alarm. Oh, I'm loud and clear? I hope so, Cat Daddy, because like I said, last video I wasn't. I played it back and cut it off in 30 seconds. I said, they done put me on special ed duty, blood. This is facetious. How y'all feeling today? Wazoo here. Make sure my sounds and everything is right. Pardon my, I let the camera crew and everybody off today, so bear with me, You're on a big budget here, but I don't want to slave people out. You know what I mean, So I told them, y'all go ahead and take, because, usually we have about 4 or 5 cameras going. That's how y'all, it's how all y'all shallow niggas be sounding. We got 4 or 5 cameras. I feel like, blood, if you don't sit your titty head, your peanut head ass down and shut up, we can only see you, no cameras. Now, I'll come back and play with you guys in a second. I want to start the video before I have too much fun. If you're young, make sure you're listening. If I'm not clear at any moment, please let me know. I need a mic stand. Is that a little bougie to have a mic stand for a little baby mic? I don't know, I'll be getting carried away. Spicy with it. Had a whole big mic stand with with this little thing on the end. Because, I got to groove it out, big baby. You got to have swag. You ain't got no swag, you feel me? You're lacking. It ain't about money and materials. It's all about swag. This is that feel good. You can't have swag if, it start there with the feel good energies. If you feeling good, then you get it. You can put a little razzle dazzle on that good. Can't put razzle dazzle on, you feel me? It's like good smells. You got to wash your ass first. You can't. Excuse my language. You got to clean yourself first before you throw the, cologne or the perfume on. I know in the daytime, y'all skip that. Called taking a bath. Y'all called taking a bath, spraying cologne on. Doesn't matter if it's wintertime, you still have to wash. Now, Lil Rush said, what's the latest gossip you heard? You heard about that little TJ and Playboy Max dreams? I swore I blocked you this morning, young man. How many accounts do you have? Listen, you're messing up my Malcolm X vibes. I'm gonna eat it. Go play with your Vaseline in your sock, all right now? And tell your mama I said hi. And tell your mama why I said, hey, now. With a fine self. Till I be on till I be on over there later this evening, you hear me? Now, if you're young, especially you, little knucklehead, hopefully you get wise one day, I put a little sunlight, in somebody's mind. Right now, you're a little dumb, but I'm assuming you're young. When I was younger, make sure y'all hear me. When I was younger, they manipulated us into crime by repetitively showing us the act. Letting us hear the music, letting us see it on television. And this is how they manipulated us into going against our morals. So when you're dealing with my generation, when we were kids, we was taught family values and morals. We had good moral compass, but when you seeing physical acts and they look beneficial, so you say, I got to get me some of that action. But you're fully aware in your mind, morally, this isn't right. So you get it, everybody in my age bracket, we may have done things as a kid when we was young, but morally we knew like, nah, this ain't right, but I'm just gonna do what I do. And that's how it was in my time. That's how they manipulated the new generation coming up, by showing us the physical acts repeatedly, whether through TV, letting us hear it on the music, whatever the case. Now, the point I'm making is they have stepped their game up. They manipulating this new younger generation. They're manipulating their mind to be dishonorable. So like I said, in my generation, we had morals. Our minds were right, but we was influenced by what we seen, meaning actions. With this younger generation, it ain't so much actions. They're influencing their minds to be dishonorable. In that they will do dishonorable acts naturally. I'm gonna say that again. When I was younger, we had good moral compass because we was taught, morals since young, manners and all that. But you could say the government, they got us through showing us the actions. This kind of, overrided the morals a little bit. It didn't override it, but, we did what we did, and then you get it. I guess you feel guilty later. With this generation, it's not so much of the physical actions that they're repetitively showing y'all. Of course, they're still using that one. But I notice with this generation, they're reaching to corrupt your mind. Meaning if you show somebody negative actions repetitively, so they may, they may adopt some of it, but it's not going to override their morals. If you could corrupt somebody's mind, you get it, to where the morals is dishonorable, they will just naturally do dishonorable acts. And that's what they doing with this generation. You see how the Facebook guy came out talking about he's with freedom of speech and all of this weird stuff. Now, I know if you young and you desperate to speak, or maybe you dumb and you don't get to talk that much, that sounds good to you. But when you consider the young people, the new generation that's listening, so it makes for the scrambling of the mind. The young generation, they watch y'all online. They watch y'all online trying to manipulate y'all points, talking around the truth. See, when you on here debating with somebody, or you doing this thing or that thing, and you thinking about like, I'm going to make this money because this is going to be interesting content, me and this fool arguing, or me talking around a truth or a point that, is clearly right. The young kid that's 13 or so, watching online, that's morals to them. So if you notice with this generation, they never say they're wrong. They dance around a point, but they think this is how you're supposed to be. Meaning you're not supposed to never be wrong. And if you are, just dance around the point. If you're young, you don't kind of have that mindset a little bit. Like that. Y'all will backdoor y'all own friends and all kind of dishonorable acts, but they're honorable to y'all, or it's what y'all are supposed to do to y'all. And y'all got it from online. You figure I've been teaching for the past 9 years. The 13-year-old is 20, what is that, 20, 22 now. You was 13 9 years ago. 22 years old right now, grown up. Like that. We're raising the generations through the online, but you get my point? Online ain't honorable. In that, the young people are learning dishonorable morals. You get my point? They're learning to group together and instead of just standing on a truth. When I was young, that's what made you solid. It wasn't about being right all the time, but it was about when you was wrong. If you could be solid and stand on it, then you get my point. You wasn't a little crybaby or nothing like that. You was solid. Call it the dishing out and the receiving back in. You get my point? Think of the young guy, Luigi. He just shot the healthcare worker. Somewhere in his brain, he think he did an honorable thing. The healthcare system gonna still be around. There's gonna be a new CEO. But somewhere in his brain, after ruining his life, he think he did an honorable act. Everybody from my day and before, they say, well, that's not honorable, that's dumb. But this generation don't get it. They cheering him on. Like that. Their moral compass is already completely crushed from the online. From there, they just do dishonorable acts without even thinking about it. It just comes naturally to where we look at them and say, man, they slow. They got to be half retarded. But it's not a matter of that. It's a matter of, like I said, we're not keeping track of what the kids are learning online. That 13-year-old watching right now, 10 years from now, he's going to be 23. 10 years going to go. You get it? I mean, 10 years going to pass before y'all know it. But you're not going to be looking like, damn, the little 13-year-old is 23 now. And he been listening to all of the dumb stuff I've been doing. You get it? And so they're using online against the people. It's always about the new up and coming generation. Because like I said, they're going to be grown soon. So if you could corrupt them out, early in the game, you get my point? You're going to have them jails filled. You're going to have crime happening. You're going to have this system a rolling like it need to be. Meaning y'all need to be dumb, so y'all go to jail. Keep the system rolling. You get my point? All the things y'all doing have to do with keeping the system rolling, and the system ain't never gonna be better than you know it to be, because this is the best it can be for those on the other side. It's all simple. I don't think y'all understand. Like, let's say the mayor of a city. Let's say the mayor of the city is in control of all the taxpayers' money coming in weekly from their checks. And he decide where that money go. Like, it's going to fix up this park over here in this neighborhood. We going to give some of this money. You get it? He's deciding where the money going to go. In times like now, you get my point, with so much going on. Well, the mayor could say, well, let half that money go right here. And you get my point? Let the rest go wherever they go. Like they say with Mayor Adams, the dude from New York, the mayor of New York. They say he took a payment from the Turkish, I think. Somebody. But he took a payment from the Turkish so they could do something over here. Like that. Now, whatever they doing over here, it may be a matter of them redirecting our taxpayer money to something else. Think like the migrants. Somebody sold out. Like in that way. Say, man, I'll give you a payment. And when the migrants come in here, make sure all the money and resources go to them. And that the mayor say, well, you gave me $100 million. The budget for the people only 50. Okay. I just let the 50 go to the migrants. I already got my bump. Like that. Y'all live in that kind of corrupt system. In that, y'all need to be chaotic and, throw it off a little bit. He said, we need to get Luigi out of jail. I'm starting to like you less and less. But if you young, you want to, that's why I said, don't be getting lost in the groups and don't be getting lost in all the BS online. Y'all got families. After y'all do y'all dumb things, you get my point? Now y'all families got to take care of y'all bummy asses when you sitting in jail for something dumb. Who you think gonna have to pick up Luigi mess? See how y'all young, you don't think beyond yourself. You forget, damn, I got a mom. She actually need my help. She could use a little help on these bills every month. But here I am doing dumb shit, sitting in jail talking about free Luigi. This is gonna be you. You gonna be in jail because you like the dumb talk. And whoever, could use your help ain't gonna be able to get it. And so if you young, be mindful of these things. Try to get wrapped up in the time so much and look cool. And you forget like the moral values and the family values. Your family come first. That cool come first. Then friends, then so on and so forth. You get my point? You gotta have order. That's what morals is. When you got certain orders. When I was younger, I say, man, I ain't doing nothing to no old ladies. You get my point? No little kids. And he even had that on Minister Society. Kane said that. He said, man, I ain't hurting no old ladies and no kids. Meaning it was normal for anybody to have morals. Sometimes you went against them, but you get my point? You knew, like, nah, I ain't supposed to be doing this dumb shit. Y'all don't seem to know. It seemed like y'all moral compass is slightly broken. And it's because of what I said. Y'all watching people talk around points. Y'all watching so much dishonor. In that, you get my point? Let's say you young. You say, I was watching the Hebrew Israelites and the Pan-Africans debate. And maybe you seen certain points where one or the other was right, but you ain't ever seen either one be like, you're right. In that, you kind of learn like, okay, I need to talk around the point. And this is how I make my point or something. This is what y'all do in the daytimes. Y'all have no honor. But it's a matter of that. Now, those of y'all that have some awareness, be aware. All the video games and showing y'all the shooting and all of that, that's to mess up y'all morality. To where y'all do, you get my point? Y'all shoot like y'all playing video games. The morality is a little scrambled. Y'all don't know nothing else before. Well, I guess my generation need to grasp that. This new generation don't know nothing but they time. We be thinking like they supposed to know before. And that when we like, man, y'all dumb. Y'all ain't make no sense. You get it? They don't, but it's a matter of they only know they time. In that they could be manipulated any kind of way. They don't know no better. If nobody don't school them and say, you can't be a dummy and easily manipulated. You gotta kind of, you get my point? You gotta have a firm back or something. Oh, I was about to block you, Little Rush. I thought you put up some new stuff. Oh, you did. You were retracting, ain't you? Children. Can y'all get y'all kids off me? I'm getting on my last nerve. Now, where was that? Oh, this generation losing their moral compass. Y'all don't become aware of yourselves. Meaning this generation, the next generation is dependent on y'all. You 20-something years old right now. There's a 13-year-old watching you. And however you moving on here, it's going to become whatever y'all talking, y'all moments of arguments, it become the morals for the kids. You get it? Let's say you trying to play somebody, so you get real shallow on them. You got good morals. You come from poverty, but you like, fuck that. I'm about to stun on them because they playing with me. You follow? Be like, man, you a bum. You ain't got a jet. Then this generation say, man, I got to have a jet. That's how far it could go. Do you follow? Now, you was just talking, You know how we get. You was just talking and doing what you do, but it become they morals. You 23 right now, it's a 13-year-old watching. 10 years from now, you get it? Whatever you doing gonna be they morals. That part. You gonna have a different mind by then. Maybe you have a family responsibilities and things like that where you say, I don't know if I could be playing anymore. And so, if you black or whatever race you may be, get y'all kids offline. You get my point? If they ain't got no business, they don't need to have a phone to even get on it. And if all the black parents make sure their kids can't have phones, then none of the kids will be able to tease the other kids about not having a phone, and it won't even be important to them. They won't even care. They just followers. If one got it, then they like, we all should have it. Kids is like that. If you could take it from them all, then they won't kill on it. Like that. Meaning you could punish kids in groups and they won't you could punish 15 of them and they won't care, but if you punish just one, then they like, well, I gotta be punished. But punish all of them and watch, they don't care that much. Like that. And so it's a cycle, man. That's all I could say. But this generation, y'all responsible for the generation coming up. Meaning the 10 to 13-year-old that might be online right now, whatever you doing. Like you, Lil Rush, you said whatever you just said, and become their morals. They say, oh, that's the guy that shot the CEO. I synced it, I think. It's the 13-year-old. He seen it on TV. He see y'all all saying, free him. This become his morals. Oh, yeah, shoot people when you're mad. And you get it? Become a martyr. Mind you, it's a sacrifice both ways. And so, try to grasp. He said, I think little kids nowadays watch streamers. Yeah, you got all these little private forums and, little goofy things that I be trying to tell y'all about, man. Y'all gonna get caught up in groups and die. That's all a group could do for you is get you dead. If you were grown up and you in the group, you better really start paying attention to how you play dumb around that. Like you don't got kids, because it's the same to them. You say, I'm in the Pan-African community. I'm in the Hebrew Israelite community. You better pay attention to that shit. Because when they join their gangs and you sitting there telling them, man, y'all need to stop joining y'all gangs, that's what's making y'all go against each other. So it's the same on the other side. They see y'all debating. Like I said, y'all got to figure these things out on y'all own. It have to do with maturity. Or the mind becoming aware. And so when you're dealing with the nationalities of mankind, they all have different ages as a whole. Meaning the Puerto Rican and the black person ain't the same. Not a Puerto Rican and a black person. The Puerto Rican race and the black race ain't the same age. Mexican race and the Puerto Rican race ain't the same age. The white race and the Arabic race and the Asian race, all these different nationalities, let's say, not races, but nationalities, they not the same age. Now, when I say nationalities, I want you to grasp. You got original man or indigenous man on every continent. This is before the land is developed. If I'm not that clear, let me know so I can make the proper adjustments. Like I said, peace and wisdom, Shadow. You have original man or indigenous man. When I say indigenous man, I'm speaking of your uncontacted tribes. They still run around butt naked. They have no civilization whatsoever. They don't even know fire. You show them fire, they turn like the animals. They get to going. They still animal-like in they way a little bit. But you have the indigenous people all over on every continent. Let's say you have a civilized race. They have their little city or whatever bit wherever they do. And so they start to go out and colonize. As they're colonizing, they're mixed breeding in with the indigenous people of whatever area they're going to. And this is creating like subspecies or nationalities. Because after they colonize the place, they name it, and they name, you get it, half breeds after that place. The half breeds being the indigenous people of that land, civilized, domesticated and then civilized. No different than a dog. So you could say mankind is domesticated like dogs, and then they label them in nationalities instead of breeds because I suppose they take offense. You get my point? I'll have to acknowledge that y'all was domesticated like animals. And so the point I'm making is, as colonizers go from place to place, continent to continent, mixing in with the indigenous people of that area. So this is how you get your nations and nationalities. You need an example? The people from Italy and Spain, they sailed over to America, but the part that we call Puerto Rico, and they developed it up, mixed breeded in with the indigenous people there. And do you get my point? The offspring, the civilized, are named after the place. That's their nationality. Nationality and place go together. It's a domestication thing. Same in Mexico. Colonizers came there, mixed breeded in with the indigenous people there, domesticated them, meaning mixed breeded them with other peoples they might have had. My point? They're named after the place. That's their nationality. The point I'm making is this is happening at different times. So these nationalities of men have different ages. Up the place we call Puerto Rico, it was colonized before Chicago. You follow? North America. Puerto Rico was colonized before North America. In that, you could say the Puerto Ricans predate Black North Americans. The English and the Dutch coming and mixed breeding in with their ancestors. And so we are the offspring, the civilized offspring, and you get it? Supposed to be named after the country. But this is not about that. I want you to focus. I'm basically explaining to you how there's different ages amongst the nationalities, meaning not the same age. If you ever look at uncontacted indigenous people, they have the intellect of a toddler, meaning a civilized toddler, 4 or 5 years old. And the oldest indigenous person you could find got the same intellect. In fact, the 5-year-old civilized boy might be a little more ahead, The 5-year-old can speak words. The indigenous man, he's still speaking syllables like the animals. He, ha, ha, syllables. He ain't putting them together to make word yet. He still speak like a baby. Gaga, goo goo. Syllables, like pieces of words. If you ever looked at indigenous people, they disgusting. They their ancestors. I don't want y'all to get lost. I know some of y'all be desperate. I'm indigenous, Silas. Okay, I'm not saying you, but you get it. If you ever looked at uncontacted indigenous men, they are disgusting. They have mud all on their hand and be touching each other food and face. They're like children. Putting dirt on their hand. It's a normal. They have no intellect to know. Hold on, that's disgusting, man. Don't touch my food. Meaning an indigenous man will catch a fish, cook it, hands be filthy, break it in half and give it to, somebody else in the tribe. They just eat it like they do things civilized man just couldn't do. Except we in retard. Oh my God, we in retard times. This hat tight. Ooh, this hat. Pulling my eyebrows up, I can't think. Hold on. Trying to go a little Malcolm X for y'all today, you feel me? Like I said right before he got smoked. Damn, champ, gold cent said I've been thinking of suicide. Can't get a job because I'm a felon and don't want to be a criminal forever either. See, that's why we were supposed to get some land, man. Y'all failing y'all own selves, and you know. But don't kill yourself, because at the end of the day, you're going to die anyway. You get my point? So you're wasting your time. That's why I tell the young, you don't got to kill nobody you don't like, because they're going to die anyway. So I want it to happen faster. Blood. That is a waste of work if you know something going to happen anyway. You don't know we might die tomorrow. Ain't no need to throw your life away for something that's going to happen anyway. I hate that motherfucker. I'm going to kill him. Why? He'll be dead at some point. You want to go to jail? To kill him, even though he was going to die on his own. Everybody. You get my point? Everybody going to die on their own. Y'all shouldn't be rushing nobody's death. Shit, let everybody get whatever little bit of light they could get, because everybody going, set into that night. That's that unconscious. And so I'll say it again, champ, you don't want to kill yourself, because you're going to die anyway. And worse than that, you feel me? You're going to go to the side of hell that the quitters go to. He said, you right, you be having it. I'm just telling you, blood, real. You say you don't want to be, you a gangster, so I'm going to just talk to you like, you know how you need to be talked to. Blood, you acting like a bitch. You feel me? That ain't how to remove gangster time, nigga. You got to thug that out, nigga. The same way you thugged out that time, blood. Then you got free. You can't say what tomorrow's to bring. You can't say what next week's to bring. It come. It can't be nighttime all day, and it can't be daytime all day. You get my point? In that, you got to go outside of the formal way of finding work and get a little creative. Maybe you get your little dirt bike. These little bikes delivery. You tell them, man, listen, man, I'll do deliveries for y'all. Some people getting lazy. It's getting bad out here. I'll deliver whatever the fuck they want. And I'll just put a little tax on it. They paid a little extra. Y'all give me that. Y'all get to sell more shit. Think about all the people that want something from the store right now, but they like, I don't feel like going. I'll bring it to them. Go flyers, put something up in the store, and that, you get it? Make little deliveries, little delivery dudes be making paper. And so, put your mind to work. You can't just give up. When you give up, you basically saying your mind, kind of gave up. And so you got to just go back to how you was in prison. Look at it like that. I'm just on sit down time right now, but this is a good time to think and get my thoughts together and come up with some good ideas. I'm sure somebody will invest in it. They see you serious. And you always just be honest about things. Listen, I'm a felonist hard out here, but I'm trying to stay positive. You get my point? And you might get a few no's, a lot of them, but do you get my point? You come from the bottom of the barrel. So you feel me? And climb got to be, I don't know how to explain it. Y'all a little weak. Y'all know me, I'm a rider. We thugging this out. I don't care what happened, blood. I'm Big Uzi. We thugging this out to the end, and that's that, nigga. I don't give a fuck. You see how you say you can't have a job? You can't find a job? Nigga, they could take everything, the soul, nigga. That shit worth more than a job and the money that's going to come from it. And so you get my point? It's a battle between the lesser forces in life, and you get it? You giving in. Same. Giving, you end up in a dark place, so you got to always look at it like that. And when the thoughts get a little bad, you got to be strong, because them thoughts is trying to set you. Your sun, your light. You see how you say, man, I'm ready to kill myself. like that. That's the goal of it. And so if you depressed, you better always remember that. Hold on, I got to fix this, cause it's just the setting energies. It ain't even got nothing to do with my reality. Or you get my point? I'm just greedy and shit and spoil you because I live in Babylon. Y'all gotta always remember that. There's people that ain't got no water right now. In some third world country, you just a spoiled brat. You can't stunt for people, but that ain't important. When it get to the point where you like, I'm ready to check out because I ain't got no funds. Shit, you was born, you was a kid, ain't had no funds, but you had hella fun. And so, I'ma pray for you though. You have a chance. Maybe I can get something going at some point. Help some of y'all going through these things. Cause that's nasty work right there. When we get back, I appreciate that give back. Need something, Cat Daddy? Let me know, man. I'll cash app you something. If you're gonna be killing yourself and shit like that. I don't like to hear y'all talking like that. That shit is like giving up. It get hard for me too, but you get my point? You gotta stay solid. Now, where was I at? Hopefully you grasp what I said, champ. Like I said, I don't know how hard it is for you. I ain't got much, but I split that little give back I just got with you or something. Somebody said, do you think your son will be as wise as you, or wiser than me? Maybe my daughter probably, but I can't say. My daughter's more like me. You get my point? She's basically me. Until she get mad, then she her mother. But when she cool and chilling, then you get it? She good peoples. She good people. She's reasonable, and you get my point. Her brain works pretty good, but once she get mad, you're not gonna see me. He said, end up on the side of hell with the quitters. That ain't no joke. I be trying to put y'all up on game. You got to have balance. A lot of y'all confuse balance with like whatever you want it to be. Balance got to do with your mind being fair, your perspective being fair, nothing else. Like I said, champ, if it's bad like that, let me know. I'll cash app you something for real. At the end of the day, you get me? People give back to me. I try to give y'all wisdom. When I started, that's all I had to give. So try to, keep your mind high. Now, where was that? Almost forgot. Oh, I halfway remember. I forgot. I know I was talking about whatever you was talking about with the hell and the quitters. It was important too. Oh, the balance. Balance mean the mind is fair. No, let me do this first. This is important. Because a lot of people be exploiting that word, to look like they're wise or on a path. Balance just mean fair. If you got anything else in your mind, you're high. Balance mean fair, and honor mean honest. And this all have to do with self. Meaning the perspective have to be fair. But in order for you to be fair, you got to be honest with yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be biased for whatever's familiar. You get my point? Meaning whatever's familiar to you, you going to go against your morals, or you're being fair for that. Instead of making sure everything on your side is solid in how they move. Balance is fair. If you can get the mind and the emotional state to get on the balance are fair, then y'all will grasp the duality of life in its whole. You get it? Because y'all lost insides, meaning you bias, so you'll take sides. Y'all take sides on everything and don't realize it. Some of y'all like day better than night. Some of y'all say I like warm climates better than cold climates. Do you get my point? If you start to look at self, you'll realize, yeah, I do that with everything. There's always a side I take. And it doesn't even matter to. You don't care about winning in some of that much, but you say, nah, I have to pick one. No, you don't. They're both yours. Do you? Like that. You see, some of y'all get it. You say, oh, yeah, that do sound better. The mind has to evolve beyond, you get it? Its imbalances or its biases become whole. And that you see both sides and you get the whole point. Both sides. It's teaching you that. Meaning y'all get day, y'all get night. Y'all have bad attitudes, good attitudes. Y'all just live in a duality. And y'all pick amongst the sides of the duality until you become aware or the mind becomes ripened to where you realize, oh, the two sides serve the whole point. If you take one away, then the other don't even exist. If you take away night, what is daytime? Every day? That part. It ain't nothing. You respect the light because you know the dark. So shit, it get dark, you know. If you ever been in the countryside or in the wilderness, you know what I mean when you say the dark. Meaning a lot of y'all think y'all tough, but if we didn't live in the Babylon where they got everything decorated how they do, man, half y'all wouldn't make it through the night. Again, half y'all wouldn't make it through the night. You die in fear. It get black. And just the sounds will spook you out. Like spook you out where you like, I don't think I'm gonna make it through the night. I can't think. And so you get my point. On top of that, you get it, it is nighttime, so things will be hunted. Everything in nature gotta eat. That part, half y'all be prey. Got too much fears inside. You follow? I go in the pitch black, I don't feel no kind of way. But I don't got no fears inside. You gotta remove y'all fears. You got to face them. You get my point? Become one with it. You get my point? I go into that darkness. I say me in that darkness be one. Once I close my eyes, blood. You know, I'm no Wraith Ninja shit, so I go into field mode. I don't need eyes. I just need concentration, blood. That's it. You get to that level of intellect, you could see with your ears. Y'all could do it now, but you get my point? Y'all ain't got the focus. But sometime if y'all get nervous, then y'all like looking with y'all ears, like, shh. Like that. Where you literally like, no, if I can hear it and see it, if I just need to hear. Somebody trying to break in your door, you see it in your mind, but you like, shut up, I need to, let me hear. Like that. You get real wise, you don't even depend on your eyes. You go straight to senses, like, you get it? You could be looking at somebody, they could be moving however they want, but you got strong senses. If the mind is pure and the emotional state is pure, meaning you ain't got no backed up filth on it. And you get my point? I ain't saying feel a person and read a person. That's emotional. I'm talking your senses. Where like the animal know, let's get out of here. I ain't got to question my senses. I'm out. I don't mean like a judgmentative type of reading of a person. I'm talking about when the senses is heightened. You get my point? The eyes pierce right through them. Like I say, sometimes when some of y'all talk, your tone give it away. I know your intentions, because your tone, it's like music. When y'all ain't got good intentions, y'all tone change. Like the sound of the voice and the speed of it. The same way when somebody being authentic and you pure, you get it? The tone is different. Like that. Y'all don't hear yourselves. Now, why should you get my point? Like I say in that good book. At first you'll be disturbed. Like, and say when you come into the truth or wisdom, you'll be disturbed at first. I mean like that. Senses become too strong and you get it? And your understanding ain't dependent on like eyesight or like I heard this or that. Lil Rush said, I'm gonna block you in a minute, champ. But hopefully you grasp. Like I said, if I'm not clear at any point, let me know. But y'all have to learn balance, meaning your perspective have to become fair. Your deeds and actions as well. Once you do that, you're going to get the mind on a certain vibration. And that you can receive from that vibration. When you see things, you will be looking from, you get it, a purity. Not a, oh, I'm biased, and just a purity. It wouldn't matter if you decide to be biased. Meaning if you, let's say my daughter spit in one of y'all faces and you slapped her, I'd beat your ass. Say, Mr. Solace, that ain't fair. Yeah, I'm fully aware of that. But you get it? I'm gonna beat your ass. But I ain't disagreeing with you. Like, you're right. It be like that sometimes. That's all I could tell y'all. Y'all know what I mean? It be like that sometimes. Where you like, yeah, I know you right, but it don't even matter. Because I said, like, it's not mattering this time. Like that. You got the higher judgment to do what you want, but you want to keep that to a minimum. You get my point? Like I said, you want to make sure everything on your side solid. If you're doing things like that, ain't no growth for them. You want them to know, like, you get my point? You got to move how you supposed to move so that when you did wrong, everybody could pull up, feeling proud to bust ass and, ready for that good death if that's what it got to be. If mine's is right, oh, we dying on that. If you grew up with me, you already know. I was really like that. Blood, if my man right, we dying on that. Meaning you gonna have to go all the way to one of us die. And you gonna die. Period. Right is right, nigga. Y'all like that. If yours is wrong, you ready to die for them. So when they right, you like, oh, hell fucking no. Get everybody. Y'all go crazy. Like that. That's what I mean. If you young, you want to make sure you move right. That way when motherfuckers pulling up for you, they ready for that good death. Meaning they about to go hard for you. Because they know you right. And everybody gonna stand on that. When it's a loved one, you got to get like that on the balance. Right is right. And that's what you align yourself with and whoever else do. And that's your family and that's yours. And that, it give yours, a better aspect to say, yeah, I'm going to be a little more solid because I want to make sure I keep my bond with y'all followers. So you already know how this go. Somebody follow you, you follow somebody. So how y'all carry it is everything. And that, you get my point. You move the right way. If you young, pay attention to what I'm saying. You got a lot of people out here desperate. They older. They supposed to be schooling you on things, but they giving you all that you ain't supposed to have so they can monetize it. And that they exploiting you halfway. And so I be taking hits for things like that. Hopefully y'all grasp. Meaning if anything, make me proud. Because right now y'all on retard time. Like y'all can't hear nothing. It's cool to be cool, but you get my point? You're not even of age to know what's cool. You a goofy, so you can't depend on your own. You get my point? Meaning when some of y'all come up a little bit, you gonna see like whoever you think is cool is a whole goddamn bosso. And they ain't built for nothing. Like that. If you follow me and you take a loss and you view a loss as the end of you in anything, you're not built to be here. If your being real is dependent on a loss, you were never built to be real. You should have at least 4, 5 big L's in you, where you like, nah, I could take a few L's, if need be. And it ain't gonna crack my spirit and it'll make me move any different. I'm gonna still be solid. If anything, I'm gonna tighten up. This generation, y'all getting taught like the end of Mayweather career. Where you scared to take a L, ain't no growth through wins, it's only growth through L's. You ain't gonna tighten up nothing until you take a L. And so when you get a L, you better take it like that, like a champ. Say thank you. Nigga, you helped me, you feel me? I had to get back on my shit. We all gonna slack at some point. And so if you young and you come in here, you better have that mindset. I take 4, 5 L's, nigga. I'll take more than you. And I'll take more W's too. That mindset, the balance. I could take the win and I could take the loss. And you carry it like that. I don't mean take the loss and then you crying like a bitch. Tighten up. It's a lesson. Tighten up. And so you carry it right like that. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with being wrong unless you standing on that. You get my point? You standing on that. Well, you look at all your loved ones because now you put them on that same chopping block. And so, like, make sure you right in your ways. You make sure you're moving right. That way, like I said, everybody pull up for you. Have it sounding like the 4th of July, dead winter. Pull up and have your block sounding like July 4th. The Christmas time. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. 4th of July came early. Salam, shalom. I'm just playing. I know I like to play a little bit. You gotta make it good. Lil Rush said, and birds be talking. Somebody gotta. I'm gonna meet you, Lil Rush. I think I could put you right where you need to be. You feel me? Cause you thought like I thug you out for 2 days. You feel me? Get you where you need to be. If you come here, you say, man, he wise, but he kind of gangsta. I don't know if I could trust him. You good. There's knuckleheads out here. You feel me? They call me for the things you wouldn't deal with. Clean up the message y'all ain't gonna deal with. Say, I ain't dealing with them stupid special ed motherfuckers that act like trolls all day. Oh, I'm on duty, big baby. Sign me up. I argue with a troll or two. I thug him. I thug the troll out. I don't care. I get my message out too. You feel me? You got to take the good with the bad. If you a teacher, your mind supposed to be like that. You're supposed to have been brought through the ringer. There shouldn't be nobody you teaching no hardship more than you. Otherwise, how you could relate? Now tell me y'all hardship. Blood, I done been stabbed, shot. Anything you could think of, nigga. Shit, y'all wouldn't even be alive right now. You got way too much pride. I say Solid's got ego. I earned this ego. You follow? I done went through shit where you ain't got the pride to go through it. I'm saying, you gotta be solid. This life, this shit gonna get nasty. And it's gonna get good. It's gonna get good too. But that's all on like, you know how you take it and you doing better than you was when you was younger. Like that. You gotta take that nasty and you feel me? Make it do what it need to do for you. Make yourself learn off it, like, you know. Hopefully y'all grasp. Y'all silly. But yeah, you need to get a little thugged out, little Rush. You influence, you're gonna do whatever you have to do sometimes, but you feel me? You wanna clean up your mess. You wanna keep your drawers tucked in, you feel me? You don't want your ass to be showing. And you seem like one of them types like how your ass showing. Salam, CL, I appreciate the give back. And so, oh, y'all like to give back and support when I put the swag to the side and go real. I don't need that real. You get my point? It's all about good spirits and feeling sexy. It ain't a pity party. Gather around. Let me tell y'all how I got shot. I don't remember and I don't even care. You feel me? It's the past. All the hardships in the past. Whatever hardship is now, it ain't hardship. when you hard. You feel me? It's always good when you hard. Again, what's hardship to somebody hard? A good fucking time. Do you do y'all follow what I'm saying? You gotta develop yourself. Once you sturdy and hard, hardship some shit you juggle with. You ain't got nothing else to do. It ain't gonna bother you that much. It's like anything in life. Once you become adjusted and solid, whatever bothered you a little bit, so you get my point, you mature, you become more than it. It don't disturb you. And so, grow in mind, and you get my point. Get the emotional state sturdy, and the mind and emotional state, they depending on one another. There you go, see, well, keep your swag up. You don't want to focus too much on the hardship. You know, in the black neighborhoods, we quick to go into our poverty. I come from hardship. I was in jail, and you get my point? Do away with that. We don't need that. You get my point? Remember it to keep you away from it. But outside of that, you don't want to be dwelling on your hardships. Like I said, wherever the mind go, that's where you're going to be. Do you follow? The mind is happy and thinking about good memories, so more will be created. If the mind thinking about all the negative shit that happened to it, so you get my point? So let the present be the past. Some of y'all going through y'all past, ain't shit even happening right now in the present, but the mind there. And that you inflamed inside, but ain't nothing actually happening. It's just good space for you to build on. But you just building that old pain. It's a deep thing. Become wise, you see, like I said. Little Rush, I'ma block you, man. 2 seconds from giving you a cold ass whooping. It's a deep thing. Y'all talk to one another. I gotta use the restroom right quick. Salami. Oh, my speaking cloth. I knew I felt naked. I knew I felt like somebody robbed me for something. Now, let me get to this video because I'm tired. I've been up for quite a while. I don't know if it shows, but it's my bedtime. I'm going to bed early tonight. Now, you have different ages amongst the nationalities, like I was explaining maybe 20 minutes ago. When you're dealing with the indigenous, the uncontacted tribes, they have the intellect of a civilized 5-year-old. Let's say you're Mexican, those from South America. We talking about the race, the nationality, I mean. The whole nationality. Their elders, like the highest level of intellect, are how aware or mature the mind is. You're dealing with Mexicans, they're like 12, 13. Emotionally and aware wise. You're dealing with Puerto Ricans, like 14 through 16 years old. You're talking the whole nationality. You get to blacks, North American blacks, African Americans. I mean, y'all like 17, 18 years old at most. Now, I know some of y'all will say, hold on. I thought the Puerto Rican nationality, I thought the Puerto Rican nationality predate the North American black one. They do, but they was colonized by Italy and Spain, and your black North Americans, we was colonized by like England, the Dutch, I know. More superior white races are white races of higher intellect. The nationalities that colonized Puerto Rico were under the nationalities that colonized us. In that, you get my point? And Puerto Rican was made first, but our intellect is more mature. But we only talking maybe a couple years, meaning Puerto Rican like 15, 16, and the black race in maturity, in awareness. Think like, to give you an example, some of y'all may say, nah, I beg to differ. Puerto Ricans mimic black people, but black people don't mimic Puerto Ricans. This is how you could tell what nationality is older, just like this is how you could tell what kid is older. The younger kid gonna follow the older kid and mimic them and do what they do. The older kid, not so much. In that, if you look at the races, you'll know what races is older than the others because the others mimic them. Like I said, Mexicans are mimic Puerto Ricans, meaning when the Mexicans start getting more and more civilized, they start acting more and more Puerto Rican. They're looking more and more Puerto Rican than Mexican. Same with a Puerto Rican. The more civilized they get and the more they start talking English, they start mimicking the blacks. Cornrow their hair and shit. Start talking like us. We don't mimic them. When they come over here talking Spanish and you get it, we don't mimic that. Like that. In that, you know, okay, yeah, the black race is more older because they have more of an influence on the Puerto Rican. The Puerto Rican having more influence, Jamaicans, y'all all mimic the black race. You get it? In that, you know, okay, the North Americans, those black people, you get it? They're an older or more mature race than those other races. Now, when you get to the white races, they like college years age. You could tell in the way they act. You see the society you live in, it's like college, like shallow-minded, cool crowd, weirdo shit. College stuff. Even the symbology is like sorority. It's like we live in a sorority, but then you got to remember the white race kind of run, not all the white people, but whoever runs it is white. And like I said, the intellect is like a college kid. We talking about the whole nationality as a whole. The awareness is like a college kid. So when you look around this place, it's like a sorority. You see a lot of sorority type stuff, college types of things. And that you say the society like still college minded. Let's say they between 1922 intellectually. You get to the Asian races. Let's say they pushing 30. That's why they can't even deal with y'all. In 30, they can't even deal with no Mexican. They can't even barely deal with no black person because the intellect, we talking about the self-awareness and the awareness period. It's like that of a teenager. And they pushing 30. Y'all completely annoy the hell out of them. Do you get it? There's different ages amongst the nationalities. This speak for a lot. They speak for a lot in regards to relations. You got your Arabs. They like they like college minded like your whites, but let's say they're declining because you see them mimicking blacks. Blacks still mimic them, so you know they're an older nationality. Meaning black people got their religion, black people will try to turban their head up and mimic your Arabs, so you know like the Arabs got an influence on them. They're an older race, just like the blacks will mimic the whites. The whites and the Arabs, they don't really get it. They compete with each other. So you know right there, they kind of on the same level. See how y'all wasn't aware of that? If you black, you like, okay, this is interesting. Like that. You don't have the intellect. If I don't tell you this, because you teenager brained, even the smartest out of y'all that's black. If I ain't tell you this, well, do you get my point? Y'all be on here still falling for every manipulation you could think of as y'all do. Think like Tariq Nasheed. He's arguing with Fat Joe about who started hip hop. He's older than I am. He got the brain of a 17-year-old. Whether you idolize him or not, if you just look at things from purity, you say, oh yeah, he's right. Even our oldest and wisest is like a kid in regards to self-awareness and awareness, period. Look at what y'all be talking about. You see how I always clash with y'all? You say, man, I'm black and Solid's black, but he be getting on my nerves. I'm like a 50-year-old man. Intellectually, y'all like, y'all like, I'm like the Asians. They dumb to me too, but you get it? Everybody dumb to me, but it just go deep. Like, y'all minds is too shallow. Y'all still lost in sides. Like that, where it's like, okay, I get what he's saying. He's beyond sides and Asians ain't. Like that, y'all take too long to get it like fucking kids. More could be accomplished if we work together than apart. And it's just common sense maturity. Y'all don't get it. I say, no, we got to start groups and unify. Groups is how you bring separation to the people. If I have a family, think of your family, and two cousins decide we gonna start our own group. In that moment, they separate from the family. Somebody else gonna say, well, I'm gonna start a group. And do you get it? This is the foundations and beginnings of separation. Y'all think unity got to do with people coming together and dressing alike and looking alike. And that's that orphan mind. That's what gang members do. They try to look alike and act alike so they can compensate for not really being family. And this is how y'all move like children. Grouping together playing family but ain't really family in the mind, so y'all trying to compensate by looking alike, thinking alike, all dumb. Like that. Not understanding everything we doing contrasts with unity. It's like we tell our own kids, don't join the opposite gang as your cousin, you damn asshole, because then y'all gonna be fighting. But when it come to y'all, the brain don't work. Y'all say, now that nigga Solace against us. And I got higher intellect, so I say, man, fuck y'all off. I put a bullet in one of y'all ass. It's like that. Like, y'all so kitty in the mind, I don't have no fear of y'all. It's a lot of y'all, but you get it? Y'all are retarded. It's hard to explain. I know y'all like me. He be talking hella shit to us like it ain't more of us than him. Blood, y'all like 3. It's like if a bunch of 3-year-olds had like trying to attack you. You like, blood? Even if they win, who cares? They're fucking 3. They're 3 years old. Who cares? They don't even get it. Like, they gonna kill each other before. When it's your own race, so then it be sad. Because I'm like, damn, they supposed to be on my level. We supposed to be, we supposed to be the maturest race. Where we don't get manipulated, other people do. Y'all get manipulated by Arabs, whites, and all the other races that have more awareness. They're older, but you get my point. And y'all have no awareness of it. Wu-Tang want to be Japanese, man. They like Kung Fu so much. You get it? Like that. You see how y'all imitate like children. There's no awareness of it, though. I say, nah, that nigga Silas just think he all that. Nah. Y'all ain't coming along. Y'all not aware. And so kind of grasp. There's different ages, maturity levels amongst the different nationalities. You fall too far. You get my point? Y'all got to start becoming aware of when y'all getting manipulated, and just half the things that I say will help, us move along as a people. Meaning if you black, you probably got the mind like, man, we ain't never gonna get a country and we ain't never gonna have nothing. This is all dependent on how mature the race is. Y'all are too fucking stupid to get anything. And that's not an insult. I got love for my people. That's why I'm taking the time out. Y'all too fucking dumb. Once I seen Eligio on the land, I said, they too stupid. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way you can have a country and put all the black people there. They'll just kill each other. They're fucking five. They want to argue about everything. You get it? Y'all wouldn't even be able to get a rule system or a balance system because y'all gonna want to debate like a 5-year-old. Teenagers. Black people like teenagers. So they rebellious. They want to keep rebelling anything they can like your 16, 17-year-old kid. Anything you tell them, they got something better to say. You like, I've been here. You just went through puberty. That's how black people are right now if you observe them. They're like teenagers that just went through puberty. And now they think they super grown, but just want to argue and oppose and be rebellious like teenagers are. They've been getting told what to do for so long, so you get my point? Once they feel grown, they gonna do what they do. Mostly rebel. And so the awareness has to become more broad or, mature. Outside of that, we not gonna get nothing. That's why I always tell y'all, it ain't about fighting nothing. It's about showing you can measure up. Think on that. You say, now we gotta fight the white people and take this country back. We don't gotta do all of that. All we got to show is we have equal merit. Do you get it? Ain't nobody about to challenge they equal. Your kid, but when your kid grow up and you like, damn, my kid came through for me, man. You look at them different. You say, nah, shit got hard. My kid bailed me out. My kid paid my rent this month. Shit got tight. Shit come full circle. You say, nah, that's my kid. But that's my nigga now, like. And that's the most beautiful thing right there. You can look at your kid and be like, nah, that's my nigga too at the end of the day. I call my little nigga, he gonna pull up. You get my point? Same way it is for you if you a kid. You say, man, my parents pull up. It go both ways. When you get grown, your parents looking at it like that for you. Shit, I'm old and wrinkled. I hope my little ones pull up. Like that. And so, like I said, we gotta mature as a whole race. And that's all the races, In their time, when they supposed to, I suppose. I don't know, each one teach one, but you got races or nationalities of men on this earth right now. They so far ahead in maturity as a whole race that y'all don't even know they exist. It's like I told y'all before in another video, there's countries that's right around us that y'all know nothing about. And it's because they don't have no race relations. Meaning you got, what is that called? The United Nations? The United Nations is just basically a bunch of different countries that trade amongst each other. And so you get it, they come together under United Nations to keep everything fair and balanced and, keep the order amongst all these different nationalities of people that are probably going to eventually crash. So let's say, just to make it simple, let's say you got 10 countries. These 10 countries, they do trade with each other. They're called the United Nations as a whole because they have dealings with one another. Now, let's say there's really 50 countries, but them 10 deal with each other. These 20 over here don't deal with them, but they trade amongst each other. In that, the 10 don't know about the 20. The 20 was here before the 10. Italy and Spain came to Puerto Rico, they colonized it, but they ain't never have to tell the Puerto Ricans that Italy and Spain ever existed. In that, how would they know? They be living in North America, in Puerto Rico, never knowing of it, Italy or Spain. These countries being before this. You got them countries ain't go nowhere. Y'all think y'all new countries became those old ones. Them countries don't, but they deal with whoever they deal with. So when y'all be talking about aliens, y'all just talking about countries and nationalities of people that predate the countries and nationalities here in, the middle part of Earth. But you got the far north and the far south. And so do you get my point? You got countries of nationalities of people that been here since BC times, still thriving. They just don't deal with none of the countries in the United Nations, meaning they're not trading anything with them. The things they have are probably far beyond y'all intellect to where it don't even make no sense. They're still fucking trading corn on the cob. Do you get it? You a country that been around for 4,000 years. You like, they doing what we did in our early beginnings. They still trading corn and shit. Like that. They far beyond y'all. Whatever they got, it's beyond y'all. Whatever little bit we got, now do you get it? You say, damn, we getting technologically advanced fast as hell. Maybe one of them older countries needs some help. You know how life go. On trade with the lessers. There's wars beyond the wars here, but you get it as the intellect get more and more mature. Not so much. Conversation is the resolve to any problem. The more wise you become as a group or race of people, won't be so many wars. And so think if a country is on that intellect, meaning they about 60, 70 years old in the intellect. When I say Asians, it's like 30, 35-ish as a whole race. I mean, a 12-year-old Asian boy is more mature than a black adult. That's not no joke. Got more self-discipline and way more mature than an adult black person. Anybody want to challenge that? That part. Some of y'all like, no, he right. I seen the movie with the little Asian boy was 12 and that nigga was hella disciplined. And even when I see the Chinese people around me, that they're disciplined, they're way more mature. We speaking of the whole race. And that a 12-year-old Chinese boy is more mature than a 57-year-old black man. That part. Some of y'all say, nah, I don't believe that. It's because you're not mature enough to accept certain realities. Again, you're not mature enough to accept certain realities. This is why blacks and Chinese people don't mingle that much. A little bit, but not much. And it's because of the intellect. For them, it's like hanging out with a teenager and they're 30. Like that. You got civilizations that's like 60 years old in the mind. Meaning a 12-year-old is more mature and disciplined than the Asian nationality. The wisest Asian you could find, this nationality's 12-year-old is more disciplined and Man, a 12-year-old Asian will bust a black man's ass in schoolwork. Y'all think I'm playing. Exclude me. I want to be clear. I'm all y'all got. I will bust a 12-year. I will make a 12-year-old Asian cry. And his daddy too. And the nigga with the gray, from the Kung Fu movie. The nigga cold blood, gray, his beard, all that. I'm busting his ass too. You feel me? Now that's ego. I wouldn't know. I'm just playing. But I know I'm far more mature than y'all. I can't say which race. Me and the nation can level, but then at some point they get, like a little bratty kid. You know how y'all get when y'all can't refute the wisdom, then y'all start getting a little sloppy. Yeah, I could see the disdain on the face. Once I see that, I say, yeah, they think it's a joke or a game still. They don't get wisdom served the whole. It wouldn't matter who right or wrong. All our intellect get to be higher in on a right. If you write over me and we having a discussion, it wouldn't matter if you write over me. Because you can't take from my brain now what you was right on, and that we all evolve. It's all a matter of the pride if I want to acknowledge that you evolved my mind, but you get my point? This all have to do with the maturity. And so it's a deep thing. Hopefully y'all grasp what I'm saying. Like I said, you got countries right around. Y'all think of Epstein's Islands. Dude had two countries. Where they at? Near Haiti or something? Near Miami? I forget. But the Epstein dude that they killed in jail, that's his name, right? Epstein? I believe so. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And he had them two little countries, them two little islands. St. George 1 and St. George 2 or something like that. Y'all ain't know those was there. He having sex with little girls on them joints. He got a country full of little girls running around butt naked. You didn't never knew that. I'm saying that so y'all could grasp. There's countries all around y'all. An island is a country. Or a country is an island before you develop it. Or an island can be a country. And country is a word for a state. We talking about, this is a business thing, but I'm trying to find simple words for y'all to grasp. A country just a word. Don't get lost into the size of the place or anything. In that, a lot of countries that we know of, they just really islands off the coast of a major continent, but you get it? It's a country, nonetheless. Think like Cuba. Shit like a little island off Miami or something, but it's a country. Like that. He had Jeffrey Epstein. He had, Little St. James and Big St. James. He had two countries. And y'all had no clue they was there. Some of y'all traveled to Miami. You was jet skiing all in the water. You didn't even see it. Like that. The countries or the continents, they kind of separated a lot more than y'all think. It's just like the states, they separated the cities too. They're further apart than y'all can grasp. And that if somebody don't tell you like there's a country over there across that river or that sea, that ocean, you wouldn't know naturally. Like that. You got nationalities of people, like I said. They have no trade or dealings with the United Nations countries because the intellect is too high up. You have nationalities of people where the intellect is too low. The United Nations don't deal with them. They keep them away, just like the nationalities that's above where we are, they keep us away. So y'all say, I want to explore this world and see more stuff. There's stuff you can't see because you not, like that dude, what was his name? Admiral Byrd, and he say he flew over to the south and he seen a whole new place. He seen woolly mammoths and shit. And he said when he flew in, whatever they had was way superior than his technology because they just took control over his plane and wasn't even in it with him. and just guided him wherever they wanted him to go. Like that. Shit like that ain't no joke. It's real. He really went into one of the older countries or nationalities. And they probably told him, blood, you got to take your ass back. And don't tell and don't tell nobody unless we had to bomb y'all, you feel me? Because they'll destroy us in the war. It's not even a matter of us winning anything. And so you get my point. Like I said, there's a bunch of countries that y'all never even heard of. And I don't want you to think they far. Think of Jeffrey Epstein's islands. They were not far from y'all. Y'all just had no awareness of them. Like that. Y'all got countries right next to y'all countries. Just ain't on your map. Because it ain't a part of the UN. It don't do no trade with them. It predate them. But they're aware of these countries. But you get my point. What can they do? Overstep their bounds and get crushed. So, like that. And to take, if they don't want to deal with you, what can you do? And so the world y'all live in is way deeper than y'all could fathom. But y'all lost in fools talk like kids. Say no, Solace, aliens is real. Now, how many generations you gotta go through before you realize, like, no, that's not real. If it was real, they would have showed us the alien already. I'm a grown up. I ain't got like that. Y'all still like kids. No, Solace, you just don't get it. No, you're an adult. You never seen an alien. You're speaking somebody else's experience. And if I go through all of y'all, y'all the same. None of y'all seen an alien. Y'all speaking somebody else's experience, but not mature enough to say, that's one of the manipulation game things. Other than that, why you ain't see an alien? That part. Y'all maturity level so low they can make an alien. Cause you immature. That part. I mean, y'all done gave, we way technologically advanced where they could just make an alien or anything. They fooling y'all on TV right now. If I ask most of y'all, where'd you see an alien at? You gonna say on TV, YouTube, TikTok. If I tell you don't know TV is fake and just entertainment, that part. Most of y'all say yeah, but that's different. No, you're just a fool. You're not an adult enough to say TV. Ain't nothing I'm watching on this thing real. It's just TV. That part. Y'all know California on fire? Or you heard that? That part. Y'all don't know nothing y'all hear is real. Y'all just hear shit. It's TV. Entertainment. Even if what you see is real, the storyline ain't. It's just TV. That part. Now, you say, nah, I believe in aliens. Well, they've been talking about aliens for about 80 years now. You like the motherfucker Christians that believe in Jesus coming back. They don't count none of the days he didn't yet. And say every day, hold on, the truth is ever present. I never have to wait for it. I never have to guess for it. It's ever present. The moment someone told me God is going to save you or come back and save you, when it didn't happen, again, I tell y'all got the wrong understanding of that Jesus and Savior stuff. Ain't nobody coming back to save y'all. Y'all say Solace don't believe in God. How many days? You say nobody know the day or the hour the Lord's coming back. 3 years old. You're not mature enough to get it. Like, you fell for that? Again, you fell for that? 2,000 years passed, the man was supposed to come back and save y'all. Y'all grandmas died, everybody done died. You still ain't saved nobody yet. Nothing clicks into the mind to say, oh yeah, the truth is ever present. It's like Solace said. It's like Solace said. The truth is always right there. It's just whenever I want to accept it. Y'all think the truth is like a lie where you gotta wait for it to come truth. The truth is always there. You just don't want to pay it no mind. That part. Say God gonna come out the sky don't even make no sense in reality. But you say nah. Let me just go into this story. Like a kid, where you forget reality. Like, hold on, man. Ain't no damn Santa Claus in the North Pole, and ain't no God sitting in the sky smoking a doobie. You think God gonna get as far ahead as God would be to say, let me go do a backsies, blood keep up, or fall short? And that's what a lot of y'all better grasp. Y'all playing this God gonna save me game. You better learn to keep up, or you gonna get left behind. When I say keep up, keep up. God is real, but not all that dumb shit y'all talking. All that dumb shit y'all talking is blasphemy. You know, they're getting left behind stuff. And so, get the mind together, mature, then you can grasp God. God is, let's say, the highest levels of consciousness. And you, as a soul or a mind, you have to evolve to that level of consciousness. Then you be God. Say, how can I be God? You are what you think. If I give you my consciousness right now, who you think you gonna be? You think your name gonna be whatever caramel candy apple did? I'm sorry. Ladies love big here. Don't worry. That be telling you. I am. What the fuck you mean? I don't get it. I cannot be people. They think I got 4, 5 wives somewhere. Nah, I be taking it easy, big baby. That shit is against my way of life. You know? Gotta take a break in there. Now, said we naive. I thought you said later for a minute. Lisa said we naive. We don't want to go against what our ancestors taught us. Our ancestors ain't teach y'all nothing. You feel me? You ain't them people. Y'all system teach y'all just like YouTube online is teaching y'all kids. So like you have to get into reality. That's first. Again, YouTube and all the system is teaching y'all kids, not y'all. You say, man, our ancestors taught us. Nah, y'all been brainwashed out and property of the system for quite a while. Mentally. It's like you saying, Solace teach me. I'm trying, but the system teach you right now. You feel me? Ancestors is like that with us. I'm sure they tried, but ain't much you could tell a Babylonian monkey. And so, it's all an intellect thing. If you a Christian, I ain't trying to hurt your feelings, but like I said, it's about evolving the mind. Jesus, how you know it, that's incorrect. Jesus or God ain't no goddamn man, and damn sure ain't got no man name. And damn sure ain't beat up on no cross with spit dripping on his face. That's a cold blood disrespect to God. But you don't have an intellect to even be loyal. It's like your kid. You say, man, they ain't even got a brain to even get it. I gotta tell them everything. I'm like that. You say, no, I love Jesus the Christ, but you disrespecting when you say, like, I'm washed up in the blood of the Lamb. You're not listening to yourself. You're not paying attention to this world you live in and looking at the church building and say, oh, that's the devil's synagogue. The music they play is like, go to sleep before I kill you. It's okay, baby, take a nap. And then he stab you all in the ribs and shit. That's how they music sound. Like, oh yeah, this is the setup music before I get set the fuck up. The Lord is great, hallelujah. You like, man, this shit is too phony. This shit too phony. It's a setup, but y'all don't have the mind. The kids get raped in the Catholic Church, y'all overlook it because y'all don't have the mind to say, hold the fuck on. Once one bad thing happened in the church house, this shit over with. All what we talking about. One of my kids get raped, this shit over with. The whole thing. What the fuck do you mean I was just one? One priest raped one person, that whole shit done. How that work? That part. When you ain't got no maturity in your brain. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense to be a Muslim. Muslims blow up a place and you just say, well, they different Muslims. Because you got the brain of a fucking 4-year-old. If you think that's sufficient. Y'all in the same group, but you telling me what? Y'all got different parties, they blow shit up, but we can't hold y'all guilty for it? You don't even have a brain to get. If you with the motherfuckers that's blowing up shit, you can't talk your way out of it. They blew up shit, man. Like that, you have no intellect to say, if I'm a part of something and people are blowing shit up, it ain't just. I ain't blowing up nothing, so what are we talking about and what am I a part of? That part. I see a baby get raped in the Catholic Church. I ain't Christian. Fuck you. What I look like? That part. Be a goddamn fool. Now, like I said, you get to a high intellect, you understand that Jesus' character is just a blasphemy or a personification of the spirit that's within man. This is the substance of man. When I say the substance, we all started as ejaculate. Whether you're a male or a female, your father ejaculated you out his balls into your mother's womb. This is why Jesus always say, I come from the Father. He's speaking as the spirit in mankind before bound to the vessel or the egg, the body. In that, do you get it? Calls himself the Lord of Hosts. That gooey substance, seminal fluid that we all start as, you got millions of sperm cells in it. That substance itself is the Lord of Hosts. That host. Do you follow? That substance is person. The same way you are a multi-cell organism, that substance is a multi-cell liquid. You in your beginnings, meaning we all start as spit from our fathers. Male and female. My daughter came from me. Spit from her father. She got a body from her mother. That's the egg. But her spirit, do you get it? Is an extension of her father. And so again, the Jesus character say, I come from the Father. So you grasp, you get it? He say, I'm the Son of Man. When man is ejaculating out that seminal fluid, this is his consciousness. Remember, within the spine, all the way up to the central brain, all you got is that yolk, a nasty goo, the spirit. Sperm cell get egg cell evolve into body with spine and bones, and the spirit is bound to the spine, to the vertebrae, the bones of the spine. Meaning the spinal cord or the spirit, which is your gooey, yolky substance, is trapped in there. That's Yah. The spirit of God bound to the vessel. That's the real crucifix. If you look at semen, seminal fluid, it look like spit. When they say they spit on Jesus, do you get it? It's a reference to the substance. Again, if you a man and you ejaculate and you go, do you get it? Are they both not DNA? Can I not swab your mouth of spit or take some of your semen? Is it not one and the same? Again, you read ancient texts that say God spat man out. That part is speaking of a man's dick precedes him. When a man is evolving or developing in womb, the organs and all these things, they manifest before the full body. And that the dick precede. All is coming from the dick. Do you get it? In ancient texts, they have, like men in ancient Egypt, statues of men with the dick sticking straight out. Geb with the dick sticking out. Like that. The personification of the dick, understanding that these things precede the physical body. The physical body is every aspect of the natures of life bound as one. All them ancient Egyptian nectar, they just one entity going through its emanations, manifesting or coming forth by day. All as one now. All them sperm cells below, yoked together. The sperm cells are in a man's balls sleep or dead. When a man ejaculates, that substance yokes them up out of that dead state. This is why God is called the Savior. If you understand it right, that Jesus is the substance of man. Again, when a man ejaculates, all those fallen, that's them sperm cells in his balls, in the lower parts, they raised up out of that and brought to a new heaven and earth, meaning they brought to a new body in its beginnings, which is an egg cell. That part. Now, it's not speaking of individuals, but it's speaking of the whole universe that we live in. That universe being the body. In womb still. I'll say it again. The universe we live in is still in womb. It ain't even born out yet. You got levels of life. We on the organism level. You got cell level, but they got existence. You got the molecule level, but they got existence. Same with the atoms. All on their levels of life. All repeats of the larger level. The star systems up above, these is just rising, setting consciousness in their vessels, on their level. We being cells inside. So we see it how we do. It's like the cells in your body. They see your consciousness rising and setting as you wake up and go to sleep. They see you as they do. That part. The same way we see our sun in this world, our sun being a star. A solar body. We the cells in it. We see things how we do. You was a cell in your mother's belly and was born out on a higher level of life as an organism. Ascended masters. Do you get it now? The sperm cells in the testicles of a man are your ascended masters because one of them are going to evolve into the higher level of life. Meaning one of those cells, sperm cells, one of them is going to evolve into an organism and be born out or come forth by day. I don't understand the ancient texts. And when y'all get online and pretend like y'all big Usia, it's a sad thing. Because you lacking the wisdom. And that you dumbing people out. Everything's simple. You see how simple that was? Don't take 30, 40 days. It don't take a lifetime to learn God. I could teach you God in a day where you fully grasp. Whatever God you worship, I could tell you it accurately where you grasp in a day. And worship Allah, it's all the same. We talking about the sound. Y'all words or y'all sound come from y'all mind. So y'all mind or y'all conscious is the source of the sound. It is the sound. Again, y'all worship the sound or the consciousness. The great one. And the greatest consciousness you have is unconsciousness. You say, how is unconsciousness the greatest consciousness? Because it brings forth the light. And remember that Lucifer story, the light bringer? and say Lucifer is dark but can appear as an angel of light, the light bringer. Not the light itself, but the bringer of it. And when y'all wake up out of y'all darkness, do you get it? Like that. Everybody is their own individual when they're awake, but we all set into that dark unconsciousness, and that's one thing. Its own thing, and it free us all. Like that, it bring forth the light when it choose though. You see the sunset, then it come back, but it come back when the darkness below say so. And that darkness will separate y'all from God. God being a whole thing, and everything on this side, an individual or a self. And so, you got to become God or conquer the darkness. The light bringer. You a Christian? That part. There's only one God in your religion. The devil. Outside of that, you got wholeness. That's what the Christian don't get. You worship the devil, the individual, the most high, the one that was cast out, the source of all individuals. It say in the book, the devil is the God over the physical. That's where you at. That part. And that's his domain, and he got rule there. From the unconsciousness to the physical awake. That's all him. You go to sleep, you go to dream, or you wake up in the physical, you in the devil's realm. He run it. And that's God, the one and only. Do you follow? I don't believe in the devil. You better open your eyes. Ain't nothing above the devil but the whole choir. In regards to individuals, you's a peasant. Whatever God you worship, as an individual, it's a peasant. Above that one is the whole that it came from. And that's the first one and the source of all ones are individuals. And that's what the text is trying to explain to y'all. You bound in between unconscious and awake, and all of that belong to him, the one. And whatever you fall into, it's going to be worship and praise to him. The great self, the beast. Like you say in Revelations, the devil is the beast. It's speaking of the hunger in your belly. That's an extension of that unconsciousness. When you get hungry, so you devour life the same way the unconsciousness devour your consciousness, which is the life. It burp you back up so you could serve it. Kill life and eat it. As it does with you and everybody else. It's all simple. Y'all worship the hunger. And the extension of the hunger is the desires. And all y'all material possessions, whether leather belts, clothing, it's the life being slaughtered. You got on a cotton shirt, that's a plant. Them plants was harvested, domesticated, and you get it slaughtered. You got on a silk shirt, same thing. The plant fibers are spun into thread, and the thread is weaved into fabric. And all that life killed for a desire. Do you follow? This is why desire, your hunger, and that darkness got to be conquered. The darkness being last. Meaning y'all supposed to be all seeing, meaning always conscious, never going out. But you haven't conquered the darkness. Most of y'all don't grasp. The intellect. It ain't on the level. Man, shit, y'all ain't even got manners. How many of y'all gave back? This ain't worth forgive back? Like that. No manners. Y'all still have the intellect of children. The emotional state of children. And this is the things that's blocking y'all from great understanding. You got to get the emotional state together. And that the mind be clear. And that you can grasp on a mature level. Everything's simple. In regards to y'all waiting for God to come save y'all, ain't nothing saving y'all. It save y'all every day when y'all go into that darkness. Do you get it? Say, I believe Jesus is going to save me from death. That is death. When y'all falling asleep every night, you can't say for sure you coming up out of it. You just got hella ego and you obligated at this time where you feel like I'm going to wake up. I always do. You don't even think about it. You just go to sleep and that's that. It's not even no thought in your mind like, damn, I'm going into that darkness. When I go there, I don't even remember I exist. I don't even remember my kids exist. A person could rape your kids while you unconscious sleep. You wouldn't know. You don't even know you be. You see how the intellect y'all have? You haven't even put that to thought to say, oh shit. When I go into unconscious sleep, I don't even exist technically. And that, if I didn't come out of it, I wouldn't even know. That part. You ever read in the book where it say you be blotched out of existence? What y'all think is talking about? Something to come? Everything happened already. When I tell y'all we in hell, you high? Nigga, this is hell. A bind. We trapped. If you ain't trapped, leave out of unconscious. Meaning you go into unconsciousness, then you bounce back to this place. This place is called the day. I know y'all think it's a bunch of days. You say, no, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, it's just one day, and y'all can name it 50,000 times if you want. And can count it 365 times and then start over again, but it's still the same day. And we leave from the day and we bounce right back to it. It's a prison. You can't get out of it. Otherwise, go beyond the unconsciousness or the darkness so you don't have to come back here no more. I don't know how. Say, I ain't even begin to think of nothing you talking about, Solace. Get away from the darkness. I ain't even begin to even start thinking about nothing you saying. My God. Y'all all on TikTok getting dumb. But the truth is far more interesting than y'all lies. Some of y'all stuck right now like, damn, that's deep. That truth way better than all the dumb lies y'all learning. There's things y'all can be doing. You can't do nothing with that fake shit y'all got. That part. And I done taught y'all about erection and everything, but the mind ain't mature enough. Remember I said the same force that make a baby erect? You know, a baby body like rubber. But at some point it start getting erect where they stand up and they walk. That same power or force that make the baby erect and walk is the same force that make a man dick get hard. When a man dick get hard, it get weightless. It just lift. You could put a rag or something on it, that shit will lift the rag. If it wasn't attached to his belly, it'd like it fly off. So it's the same with you. When you become erect in the mind, in the emotional state, the vessel could fly. You say man could fly? Yeah, when he become erect. That force don't stop at the baby getting firm and walking, just like it don't stop at a man dick getting firm. It can continue on. It's all on the intellect. Y'all going through puberty, it's an intellectual thing. Just like the baby getting firm to walk have to do with his intellect. The baby don't know it could walk. That part. It get higher intellect, it get erect, it walk. The little boy don't know that white juice come out his dick that he can make a whole nother life with. He get erect at some point and he know. That part. Good and evil. It's a deep thing. Y'all don't grasp. And so it's the same with y'all. I tell y'all, man, y'all can levitate and fly, but y'all have to become erect. The mind too heavy. The emotional state too heavy. You see how I be sitting Indian style and then I just get up? Half of y'all tried that shit. You like, I cannot do that. I don't see how he do that. I'm light. Let's start a challenge. That's to get up off the floor like Solace challenge. Mostly probably nobody ain't gonna be able to do it. Even other ninjas. There's gonna be some trick to it when they do it. I showed y'all me do it. Like I said, sit regular. I ain't even got to cross my legs all the way. It's in the breath. Like I told y'all before. Inhale, exhale. The coming and the going. The going, the set. The inhale or the coming. That's the Bashir. That's the life. It's weightless. Y'all don't weigh nothing on the inhale. Try it. You're gonna lift up like I just did. Everything open up, you get light, but you lost in the balance. So you breathe out, you go heavy again. You got to learn the breath. That's your soul. Like I said, close your eyes, focus on the inhale, exhale. That's not an inhale, exhale, that's the pulsation of your soul. And you the witness of it in that moment. Meaning if you closing your eyes and you focusing on your inhale, exhale, you will come to realize this is just a pulsating force. It ain't got nothing to do with the inhale, exhale. It's just being projected that way through the body. But it don't have nothing to do with me breathing in air or blowing out air. It's just the force of the jiva. The jiva and the atman. The pure consciousness or the witness consciousness and the eternal force. You follow? When y'all focus on y'all breath pulsating in and out in that way, that's the eternal force, the jiva. That's God. In that moment, when you focusing on that, you the witness. That part, the Atman, the pure consciousness. In that moment, you ain't thinking about nothing. You just focusing on what I said. And that you grasp. Say, oh yeah, I am the witness in this moment. And that breath that's just breathing is separate from me. Like that. And it's too much y'all don't know, but it's a deep thing. Peace and wisdom. Like I said, I'm exhausted. I have to get me some rest. I've been up all night. But hopefully, y'all take wisdom serious. Because y'all live in a world where y'all getting lied to. Everybody ain't as wise as y'all like to think. Wisdom is it's a narrow path thing. And whoever's solid enough to walk it. It's like I said, you gotta be hardened. Now have hardship to harden y'all out. Then y'all have good times to soften out the pounding of, the pounding on self to harden self out. Otherwise, y'all be like pussy ass babies like when y'all was 3 crying for y'all mamas. So a little pressure got to get put on itself over the course of your life. Harden you out. Make you sturdy. And you gonna get some good times too, just to, soften out that hardness so it don't get too brittle and hard where it break. And it's just the process of the life working on y'all. Y'all want to control life. You're narcissistic in the mind, not self-aware. In that, y'all resist. It just makes it more difficult. It just makes y'all break more. You get my point? And so you got to take the hardship knowing what it is. And say, I've become too weak. You might be going through a hardship right now. Your money low as fuck. You like, man, I'm damn near starving, Solace. Probably was doing all right at some point. But you let it go to your head. You forgot about the hardship you come from. And so do you get it? You need a reminder. You've gotten soft. You've gotten used to things being good or better than you know it to be. And so you get my point. Life have to harden you back up. In that, when you come back into your glory, there's more balance. There's more awareness. And that you be better in your way. And you keep repeating the cycle till you get it. And everything's simple though. You get my point? Yeah, it's deep out here in these streets. I forget sometime because I'm kind of snapped out of Babylon. I told y'all a long time ago I've been disconnected. I've been tapped out. Now I'm working 9 to 5 or nothing like that. So you get it. I'm completely tapped out off track with y'all. I don't even know. I don't know no hardship. Like I said, hardship ain't nothing but something to do for me. So I don't even know if I have it or not. That's just real talk. I don't know what's hardship to y'all. I don't really know what that is. In terms of like knowing it. I'm not saying I ain't never had hardship or don't now. I just don't know what it is technically. My mind on high, like we alive. Every day I'm alive, you feel me? Another day.